Russ, how are you, mate? You okay?
Good to see you.
Good, and you, mate? We spoke, obviously, last round of the British Championship last year.
Yeah.
You then became a British champion.
Yeah.
You then went, Suzuki's not fast enough. I'm going to get my BMW back out. So you built yourself another car. Oh, no, same car,
No,
wasn't
it's
it?
the
You
same
tried?
car. Same car.
Same car you tried, but then you've done a load of work to the motor.
Yeah.
So just talk us through it a bit quick. What is it?
So previously it was just 1000cc S 1000RR, like World Superbike spec engine.
That was on Motec and everything, wasn't
That
it?
was on Motec and everything. Still on Motec and everything. Basically, all we've done is RLM now have built us a 1200 engine, so bigger CC. So hopefully, what it was lacking in torque, drivability, consistency, hopefully that will be better now. So
okay, now I've seen it out because obviously I'm down your way anyway. So they've done that on crank and piston size?
Crank and pistons, yeah.
So they've gone overstroke on the crank?
Yeah, stroke crank and bigger bore.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So there was no getting away from it. You had a couple of little issues, but that's all dialed out now. Did you qualify this year for Nationals?
No, I haven't qualified because of the issues we had at the start of the year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
that was sort of...
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame. So now you're even more determined to have a better run through the Bass and keep your title for this year.
Yeah.
So as for the car, then obviously you build the cars. It's your car.
Yeah.
Weight-wise, where are you pushing this now?
320-ish.
Okay, so it's really on the light side then.
Yeah.
But the motor's obviously, is it a lot lighter than a Busa? 96 weight on a Busa. So what are you about
it's probably 17 or 18 kilos lighter than a Busa.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
But you're still keeping your rear weight up because you obviously moved your pivot point and things like that. Yeah. Got you. Okay. So what you want, like a 70-inch wheelbase, I guess?
No, longer than that.
Oh, okay.
Longer wheelbase than that. Yeah.
Okay. But you've managed to get your rear weight up by moving your pivot.
Drivability, keep the engine and driver together over the back wheels. And then just the front wheels further forward, just to try and get the consistency so it doesn't wheelie so much and that sort of thing. So you can run a higher rear split, still have the grip hopefully.
Okay.
And then
and it's working out for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, like you said, you've had a good run. You made the semi last. You made the final, didn't you?
No, I made the final.
Ireland. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
One thing I just noticed inside, Ollie will probably jump into it. Then you're obviously running a hand clutch, which is basically you're probably the only constructor I know of that does that. And there's quite a few of your cars that have it, aren't there? But a lot of your customers obviously switch back to the. Is that the old like brain is closer to the fingers mentality, or just a feel?
Just because you can, if you're used to riding motorbikes, then it's you have that feel for a hand clutch anyway.
Yeah.
But if but you can move your hand, you can move your fingers quicker than you can move your leg.
Yeah.
So when you're letting your foot clutch up, there's
a lot of moving parts.
You got whereas just fingers you can move a lot faster. So that's
your theory.
Well, it's
And you're sticking to it.
Yeah. No, I've been using a hand clutch for like years and years.
I know you have. I know you have.
It's second nature to me, but some people like they'll try it and then they'll be like, no, I can't get on with it.
Yeah.
Because
there's a lot of it as well where you, like, I used to race round with my foot hovering over the clutch because if I half spin, you can get the dip. Now, obviously, if you've got both hands on the steering wheel and you've got to come off to grab that clutch, that then makes a secondary effort. But obviously, the key is not to spin, obviously.
Yeah. So I have found that I used to have a foot clutch and a hand clutch.
Right.
When you have both, you tend to go for your foot clutch.
Okay.
If there's nothing there, if there's no pedal there,
got it,
you don't go for anything.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like driving a car.
Yeah.
You sort of get used to not having left foot brake on a car or right foot. You soon get used to it.
No, so agreed. So I'm going to drop her in because she's a good friend of mine. But obviously Terry Mumford, they've got your old car, Corey Mumford, Terry Mumford. So I don't know whether you obviously know that she forgot to let go of the clutch on the line at last Bass round. So you've got to really think about it, haven't you? It's not just a case of
it takes a little bit of getting used to.
But once you get used to it, you find it's a lot better.
And obviously some people can, some people can't. So it's like it's just but I'm sort of used to it, so it's
fair comment.
Second nature to me.
The other thing that's very different about your cars that you build compared to a lot of the other constructors is obviously your steering rack is behind your front wheel line.
Yeah.
And then obviously you adjust your uprights to suit as well, don't you? For that.
Yeah.
What was your thinking behind that?
So to keep the chassis as light as it could be, so from the behind your bulkhead to the front of the chassis, to keep it as light as it could be. But to gain wheelbase, that's what I decided to do. So move the front wheels further forward. So basically, you're moving the weight of the front wheels forward. Compared to conventional setup. So
got you. And then obviously you've shaped your top arm to go around the front shock absorber there. And obviously that is against whatever you might run into anyway. So you bend. The chance of bending that in a bad way is not going to happen, is it? No, that's good. That's good. No. That's fair comment, mate. She's an absolutely beautiful car. You do build some of the best cars in Grassing for sure. So we wish you the best of luck this weekend. Hopefully see you in another final.
Hopefully.
And we'll go from there. Cheers, Russ.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.